everyone, it's Leo and I was so excited to do this because it's finally time to talk about episode 4 from Delicious Party PreCure, Cure Spicy's debut. I loved Cure Spicy since the first moment I saw her when the designs were revealed, and I was waiting for this moment. We never waited for so long for a second Cure to debut. I think this is a very good thing actually, because Delicious Party PreCure has been really good so far and this episode was no exception. So let's talk about it, but I first want to talk about something else, not really related to Kokune, but related to the episode. Finally, Ran was able to eat in peace. This girl's been suffering. She is the biggest victim in history of PreCure. I'm exaggerating, but you know what I mean, right? Girl, she can't eat. In this episode, she was able to eat in peace and enjoy a delicious meal. Girl, delicious smile for you, Ran. And I loved her little interaction. The way she called herself Ran. Loved that. And I love that she is making cameos since episode 1. How great is that? I cannot wait to see her joining the main team. But now it's all about Kokune. So I really liked how they worked with Kokune in this episode. So we see her eating by herself in the morning. She's eating a sandwich, obviously. So I really love how they are able to connect her theme food in every place they can in the episode. And I also liked the scene when she was going to the school inside her car and she was remembering what happened on the other day when Cure Precious saved her and how happy she was. Reliving that memory, love that. And it was very interesting when she got into the classroom. Everybody calls her Fuwa-sama and they try to approach her. She's never available. And it was very clear in her face that she was bothered somehow. And after I got to know more about Kokune, I really enjoyed one specific aspect of her personality, which is I thought that she was that type of person who is very shy and she has trouble making friends with people and she struggles with that. But it's not really the case. She doesn't like people. She doesn't like having other people's company. She just does not feel comfortable opening up to people. She likes being by herself, and that feels refreshing somehow, because usually those shy and quiet characters are characters who are just not open up yet, or are characters who secretly want friends. And it's not her case. She is comfortable in that way. She's happy that way. But it's different when she meets Yui, because she sees in Yui someone she wants to share and spend her time with. So it's a good thing for her because she's making a friend. It's waking a feeling in her that she never had before. And so she is enjoying that feeling now. It's the first time that she can feel something like that. And Kokone is already connected to the story because of episode 3. She already met Pum Pum, and Pum Pum wants to see her again. I love those little moments with Pum Pum and Rosemary. I love that so much. That was so cool. And I really enjoyed the way Pum Pum was trying to find a way to meet Kokone again. So, Yui takes it into her own hands to try and help Pum Pum and try to find a way to connect with Yui. And Kokone seems to love cute animals, so she helped that little rabbit. It was good because no one was around. She was in her element without humans around her. I love that about Kokone, okay? I'm gonna stress that out as much as I can. And Yui was able to connect with her. And one thing that I'm really loving about Yui is the theme of her grandmother always being present. So when she became a Cure, the idea of her grandmother was present. When she befriended Rosemary in episode 2, the idea of her grandmother, food is smiles, was present. And now her grandmother is present again when she helped Kokune, and the lesson that she learned with her grandmother was put in action. And so Yui is the type of person who brings everyone around together because she thinks that more people is better, and like two hands are better than one. They can, like, the power that you can get when you put things together is better. So that was amazing. I love this, and I'm loving how they're able to connect her grandmother in all of this. She seems to be, I think she is going to play a big role in this story. Even if she is not part of the PreCure portion of Delicious Party, the impact that she already has is so big and so important. I am in love with the way the narrative is bringing her and her presence in the story. We don't even know if she is alive, but it doesn't matter for now, at least, because her memories and everything she has taught Yui is present in Yui. So Yui is her legacy in a way. I love this. And so they connect and they go to Heart Bakery and they start eating together. I loved that scene before they got there when Pum Pum found her way, sneaked her way into the school and connected with Kokune a little bit. Girl, Kokune's face. She was not being able to handle the cuteness. Girl, I loved that. And so when they got to bakery, again, sharing is something that Kokune didn't do before. And now she was sharing a moment with Yui, and she was sharing a sandwich with Yui as well. So that moment was special for her, but she was not able to cherish that moment for long because Gentlu appeared. So there is one interesting thing about Gentlu and the Bundlu thing in this episode. Goldatz, the boss, seems to have preference over certain types of food, and this makes him want for certain types of recipe. Maybe this is the reason why they're not focusing on sweet recipe. I don't know, they're focusing on things he seems to like because they want to please the boss. That's an interesting thought. And so Gentlu attacked and she created an ubauzo, and Mary appeared and created the Delicious Field. That scene of Mary saying like he didn't want to go to the Heart Bakery, but he was gonna go, but then Yui left him behind. I love Rosemary so much, and he looked so handsome in this episode. Girl, Rosemary, you're so stylish. I want to be you when I grow up. Honestly, I want to be you. And when they got to the Delicious Field, obviously, Kokone saw everything, and she was able to enter the Delicious Field. That scene was so beautiful. I loved that scene. Really, she was able to enter that, and she was able to see Precious transform, Yui transform into Precious and everything. And Pum Pum was there with her on her lap, girl. And there was an interesting feel when after that scene, which was a little more silent than the rest of the episode, because I think they were following more or less Kokone's personality and her feels, and this matches her more than like louder and more expensive music, because that's just who she is, or at least that's who she is now in the season. So she was watching everything. She was watching Precious kind of have a hard time with the ubauzo, and it was interesting because that ubauzo was created with 3 recipes, and Gentlu mentioned that creating an ubauzo with more than 1 recipe makes it stronger. So it would make sense that Precious was going to have a little harder time than she was having before. That was a good way of introducing spicy to the fight. Loved that. And so we have the moment of Kokone actually getting to know her feelings more and connecting with her own feelings of wanting to fight together with Yui, wanting to enjoy her time with Yui. She never felt that before. It's the first time she feels like that. I really like it. And because of that, she wanted to fight with Yui. And in that moment, we see Rosemary trying to protect her. We see that Rosemary is able to open portals so that she can leave the Delicious Field if she wants to, but she did not want to. And so she became Curious Spicy. There is one thing I did not really enjoy about this episode, which is I felt that I wanted to see a little bit more connection between Kokone and Pum Pum. I think that we saw a lot of Kokone and Yui, and I'm definitely getting that. Girl, Yuri feels the ship. I am shipping those two very hard. But I also wanted Kokone and Pum Pum, and I feel like we didn't really get that much. I'm still holding off to that. But I really liked, that scene before she transformed into Kira Spicy, that she asked Pum Pum, like, I know you can speak. Please tell me what she is fighting for. Like, she didn't ask, like, what is PreCure? What is all of this? What is going on? No, she asked for the reason why Precious was fighting. I loved that. And then she became Kira Spicy. I love the transformation. Really love it. It felt very cool. I loved the poses that she makes, and I love how Pum Pum also participates in the transformation. Girl, it's so beautiful. Love, love, love it. And girl, the fighting scene was so cool. Loved that spicy kick she did. Girl. And I also liked that she was more or less the technician. Again, like this was Rosemary's role. But now it seems that Spicy will take this role because we know that Precious just goes all in battles. And Spicy was like, girl, I have a technique. I have an idea. And she followed that idea. I really liked, she was able to create shields. Yes, she can get defensive. Yes, she can, girl. Yes, but she can also create other things. So I really liked her other attack. She creates like two big slices of bread and presses the ubahozo. That was very cool. And that left an opening for the 500 calorie punch that Precious does. And that was very interesting because Spicy was finding a way for both of them to fight together because of what Yui taught her at the start of the episode, which is her grandmother's role, her grandmother's idea. Love it. Two hands fighting together, fight better than one. Love that so much. And she was trying her best to be able to put that into motion in the fight. And she was able to do that. Spicy, you are amazing. And she finished with her own finisher. I love that she has a finisher. Girl, I was so worried. But I'm happy she has a finisher of her own and it's not a defensive power. And I was very thankful. Really like Spicy Circle. Love that. And obviously the episode ended very nicely with the girls eating together. And for the first time, Kokone being able to share something. You know, she was the one who took the action of sharing things. So also really, really loved that. Amazing moment at the end of the episode. So that felt very sweet. And I really want to see more of Kokone and Pum Pum. I'm wondering now, is Pum Pum going to live in Kokone's house? How are things going to be for them? Is Pum Pum going to live inside the Heart Cure Watch? I have so many questions, but my biggest question is, how are Kokone and Rosemary gonna deal with themselves in the next episode? Because you know, PreCure is a group, and so far in this group we have Yui, Kome Kome, Pum Pum, Rosemary, and now Kokone. It's a five members in the Delicious Party group so far, and Kokone has only connected with Yui. We won't see Kokone connecting with Kome Kome, obviously. She will definitely connect with Pum Pum. But we have Rosemary in the equation as well. So I love that we now have this moment of both of them having to connect with each other. And I believe that one of the ways they're going to connect is through makeup, because this is part of her character profile. When we got to see her for the first time, it seems that she's very fashionable and she likes makeup. So I'm pretty sure that she's gonna connect and bond with Rosemary over this. And I'm also interested to see how this is going to develop. And I am a little worried because I don't want my baby Rosemary to suffer, okay? No. We love and stand Rosemary in this house. Loved Rosemary eating bread and getting all those breads at that last scene of the episode. Rosemary, I love you so much. And now we have Kokone, now we have Spicy. I love her. And I loved episode 4. How did you feel about it? Did you love it as much as I did? please leave a comment and let's keep talking about this episode in the comment section. Anyways, just want to take this little time to thank the members of the Magical Cinnamon channel. If you are a member, thank you very, very much for all of your support. Thank you for standing by Magical Cinnamon. And if you've watched up until now, thank you so much as well. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, bye bye.